Okay, so just like when NQ is at highs and there's not a lot of mini magnets and paw prints happening, anytime you're in an area where there's not a lot of mini magnets or paw prints, a mini magnet or paw print counts. When there's not a lot of them, it counts. Okay? So, you got a paw print, which, due to the algorithm, for whatever reason, will keep printing sometimes. So, you have a paw print in your way of your take profit. Okay? So, that right there becomes an obstruction. But you have something more important happening that you need to pay attention to. You have this trade right here, which I see why you got in. Again, you got a sort of an obstruction there. But what really happened, okay, on this trade, and you were looking at this as an ETX trade, as I guess, because you got a trapped X box with a paw print, with a ZOI on it. You know, it's going against trend, but you know what? It's an ETX, so you can do that. You know, you got an obstruction. Obstructions really shouldn't matter that much on ETXs, okay? That's the theory, right? So, again, when there's not a lot, I would give a little more weight to them. But there's one main thing that could save you on this trade, okay? One huge thing that could save you on it. Up, down, up. That is considered coil chop. Okay? Up, down, up. Coil chop. Coil chop is any person's guess. And you couldn't see that when you got in the trade. But you could see it after you got in the trade, and you could get out when this bar closed up. So down here, you're having a heart attack. You know if that next bar closes up, it's going to be coil chop, and you can exit out of the trade. Okay? So up, down, up is coil chop. And that gave you the clue of it's a 50-50 on where it's going. And if you want to trade possibilities, trade the 50-50. But if you want to trade probabilities, let's trade stuff that's not 50-50. So yeah, this short worked out going with the trend, but it was coming out of coil chop. I wouldn't even like that one. And it was going into a ZOI and a paw print. So I don't like that one any more than I don't like that one in both directions. Okay? So use that coil chop because it sort of is a lucky thing. Instead of going down twice and knocking you out, it gave you, you know, as soon as this bar closes down, you got the chance to do one of two things. Either tighten it up where it's a very small loss. Okay, and if it keeps going, it keeps going. All right? Or just get out of the trade. And you could have got out with a couple ticks profit. By the time you realized that bar closed up, you know, you could have literally easily got out with, you know, a tick or two or at least break even on the trade. So that coil chop gave you the clue you needed. And it's very easy to see after the fact. Because you got in, yeah, but you wrote it down, you wrote it back up. It's like, you know what, not worth it. And I got that paw print in the way. I'm going to wait for a cleaner setup. Taking the trade was not necessarily a bad trade. So just again, be more aware of your obstructions when you don't have a lot of OP levels printing. They're going to have a lot more strength, and you should be more cautious on taking trades into them. And if you're going to, then what I would do is when it's going up there and it breaks up, I would be like tightening up to like a break even. Or I would be taking my take profit at the actual price level. So, like, you know, maybe with a tick of the price level. So just because you're at, like, it has to break through that. Okay? So that sort of a simple lesson, but hopefully a helpful lesson. And I'll post this up on the YouTube channel under youtube.com/Apex Investing. Anybody who wants to know more, hop on to apexinvesting.com/bootcamp. Quick lesson in the elite room asked by a trader. Thank you.